I wanted to show you my next project. First coat, blue is on, and thankfully I like it. Liking the change out my studio window. Okay, it's a little bit bright, but green is much better than the cement, but we're not finished yet, so it's not quite there. I'm also working on this painting. It's huge, 72 by 72 inches. It's gonna get shipped off tomorrow to a framer in New York so that it can go to its client. I decided that it was easiest not to do the framing here in town because the shipping would be probably like $800 at least. Actually, no, I looked it up and it was like a couple thousand. It was insane. So what I'm gonna do is roll it up, send it to New York, and then gonna have a guy there stretch and frame it, and then I'll just have my client pick it up and it will work out perfectly. So I wanted to show you my next project, which is this spare bedroom we have on in the garage. And this project is, the space is kind of like a hotel room. And oftentimes if, say, my parents come to visit, it's nice to have them stay in here because, I don't know, like sometimes staying in somebody's house, especially if it's just one level, it feels a little like claustrophobic or just too close quarters. You don't really want to wake up and see other people right away. Like at least me, I would rather get ready and then like I need a little time to myself before going and like chatting. And I mean, I know not everybody's like that, but I think a lot of people like their own space, and my parents do. So having this little room for them is good. And I do mean little because this is the biggest problem, is that the ceiling is so short. So I'm gonna redo the whole space, but yes, the number one issue is that the ceiling is so short, and that's kind of frustrating because no matter what you do, like it's still gonna look small. And I know you can do like little tricks. You can make like stripes on the wall, or actually I heard that doing black is really good because even though you think white makes it bigger, black, it kind of erases the like crevices in the corners, so it kind of looks endless, and I love that. But I don't think I'm gonna make it black. I think we're gonna keep it white. But I want to describe a little bit of what's happening and show you a before. So here is the before. Right now we only have this one light, so it's very dark. There's only one window, also making it very dark, but the whole thing is kind of hotel room-esque. Maybe if I hold it against the window a little bit, no, I think it's that. See, it's like, I can't even take a good video because it's so dark in here. But I will tell you my idea. Okay, so right now, this is here. We actually, this is why this is green, is we actually had a cabinet and it was falling over. Like it was sitting on, that's why these pans are here. And it was sitting on that because it's falling. And I was like, oh, this has to go. So luckily he was in agreement. Sometimes it takes a little convincing, but we took it to the Habitat for Humanity restore. You can just like usually drop off stuff if it's in good enough condition, and luckily they took this. So there's also these drawers, that, a little bathroom, and then this is kind of the sitch. So I actually did a mural course in here one time, a video mural course, and painted this mural. I don't love that's in here because I didn't really want to go with these colors, but I don't think I'm gonna paint over it because it was like a lot of work. So we might just like use those colors. Okay, so the idea, I think the things that are gonna stay are, this bed is really nice actually. The pillows are gonna have to be changed. It's so important that everything has a purpose and that you aren't just overloading it with stuff, which is what happens so badly. And so what needs to change in here is making everything a little bit more efficient in a small space. Like think of it as a hotel space, and everything has its purpose. You don't just have like big old chairs sitting there like in the middle of everything and then you can't get through. So for instance, the coat rack. The coat rack should be hooks on the wall because there's no need to have this extra big coat space when you could just do something a little bit more efficient and smaller, like hooks on the wall. So that will change. I'm really thinking about getting rid of this cabinet and putting a little couch there, because if I think about it, I think that a couch will get a lot more use. When people stay here, they're staying here, I mean, max a week. and you just don't need a full cabinet for your stuff. I mean, I hardly, like, who even unloads their stuff in that short of time? Like, very rare. But we also put this nice Restoration Hardware cabinet. There was an ugly one. It's like still sitting out there because nobody will buy it. But we put this nice one in. We got that last year. So that's like the nicest thing that's in here so far. Yeah, so people can use that as putting their stuff in it. And I think this is just overkill. So don't tell Owen, but I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I think put a couch there once I find a good couch. I haven't found one yet, but like a 6-foot couch. And then above that, I have this extra TV. So I think I'm gonna hang a TV after I paint that wall. And then we have the kitchen sink and then this mini fridge. The mini fridge is absolutely hideous right now because people just like put stickers on it so it looks like you're in college. So I'm gonna cover that with some paper, like some sticky paper, contact paper, and then put that back in this hole back here, which is not being used efficiently. And then I think that like there's no need to have a mirror on top of this. Well, I mean, it's kind of like a bathroom, so, but there is a mirror right here. So I think I'm gonna take this mirror off and put in some shelving. Since I took out that shelving, this will be shelving. This will be a mirror. I'm also gonna put a mirror over on this door because I think it will reflect perfectly out the window. It's really important in small spaces to create this like illusion of more. So putting a mirror opposite of the window will give this illusion that there's 2 windows. So we're gonna do that. And then I think these will be replaced with sconces, because I need to add more light over on this side. And I just put some electric sconces in our room for our bed lights and they work really well. So they're just like on a switch, or not on a switch. They're just on like a remote control. So you don't have to hook them into the wall at all. Other things that are gonna go, okay, we saw these 2 chairs. I think for sure this big one's going. Like, I don't even know where it came from. This rocking chair potentially might stay, but I really think that I want like a little cafe table in the middle here because I think that's what it's missing. If you do want to eat, like there's no table to eat at. So I think I already have 2 stools that I'm not using inside. So if I have those 2 stools and then just like a small circle table, that could be great. I think instead of this light that's sitting here, I'm gonna do sconces over here as well above the bed. And those could either be plugged in or also on a remote control, like I was saying that I got. I'm not sure about this corner yet. Right now I spray paint there. That's obviously not staying there. Oh, and then there's this absolutely hideous carpet on the floor that got flooded last year and we had to take it out and I begged Owen not to put it back in. I didn't win, obviously, but it's so gross. Luckily, we happened to get this carpet last year at an estate sale. We got 2 of the same ones and we put one inside of our house and we had this one just sitting out here and we were like trying to decide what to do with it. And I was like, oh my God, let's put that down. And I thought it was a lot smaller, but it's actually the same size. So it's so perfect. There's this like gross rug that I'm getting rid of because I don't know why it's there. And the bathroom is really small, but I'm gonna, number 1, get a new shower curtain because I just realized this shower curtain is cut like to fit. I don't know who did all this stuff. And besides that, I think I'll probably put a shelf in there just for like some bathroom stuff, so people can like set their bathroom stuff down so it doesn't have to mix and mingle everywhere else. Sorry, I talked really fast, but that is my idea so far. And it's so much work. And like, I don't even know I'm putting this much work into it, but I'm like aggressively interested in making this really cute. And I think besides the ceiling, it's possible. So lighting is huge, obviously. Hopefully the next time I talk to you, maybe I'll just bring some lights out here to work because it's like crazy. Until next time, I have a lot of projects I had to do before this. So unfortunately, it might be like a week or 2. For the first item of business for my makeover to the garage room is that I think I decided that I'm gonna paint the walls a light blue and kind of go with this like modern beachy boho theme. I think it's gonna work. And so it'll be a little lighter than this blue, but I have like the blue already just left over from a different mural project. And it's the blue that I have painted on the mural in there. I was gonna paint it all white, but then I was thinking I might as well take one of the colors from the mural and put it all around. Okay, we have got my paint. I moved all the furniture out of my way, and this is the mural I'm talking about that has this blue paint. I think, at least, I'm hoping it's the same. I think it's that light blue color. stirring it up because I haven't used it like since. I used it for a really big mural that I did downtown, and it's always fun to have leftover paint because it works great for a lot of projects until I don't leave the lid on, or I leave the lid off and it dries up, which often happens as well. But I think this one's gonna be perfect, even though it's exterior, whatever. I'm just a little nervous because painting this room blue is kind of a bold choice, and I typically don't do full color in rooms. But you know what? We're gonna do it, and hopefully it turns out awesome.
I don't like it. You have to drain your eyebrow. Try it. She needs to do a massage once a week and no eyebrows are very raised. Like they so much they think like they're too fashion.
First coat, blue is on, and thankfully I like it. I think that it's gonna look cute. I think I'm going for Surf Shack. That's gonna be the vibe. We just went to the Habitat for Humanity store. I didn't find anything to put in here, but I did have some ideas. I don't want to get too much before the big things are in place so that I can make sure the vibe I'm going for is coming together. But I do need to do all the trim with a smaller brush. I got a roller, so it went so much faster. Oh my gosh. Roller's so much better than a paintbrush. Note to self. And I think I'm going to paint. So yesterday I started painting this door blue, and then I was looking at some photos. I was reading interior design book this morning, and I liked that the doors on what I was looking at were a different color. So I think I'm gonna keep the doors white, and I'm gonna paint the flooring white as well. And then the ceiling will stay white. So I'm gonna do that. Right now that one is beige, and this one is also beige and blue. So I'm gonna change those up. And then my other thing I have to decide, which I'll decide after this, but here is the sink cabinet. And I'm thinking about painting this part a little bit darker blue than the wall. So it's kind of like an accented piece, because it's not necessarily in that good of shape. If it was like all wood and really nice, I think I would keep it. And I'm debating it a little bit. Like it also matches this, but I might get rid of this. But I think that painting it blue is gonna make it look sharper. And then I'll just keep this kind of lighter wood on top of there. I mean, it's pretty cheap, but we can't do everything. I mean, the space is trying to keep it, you know, as expensive as I can, because it's not necessarily a space that's used at all. I would say it's more of a challenge to me to see what I can do with this space. All right, so second coat of paint is going on soon. All right, we're coming along. The next step was I wanted to paint these beams, like mini beams for the mini room. And I was gonna paint them to look like wood, kind of match that like beam thing. But since they are small pieces of wood where it's not like, they're not actual beams, which is kind of the beauty of a beam, it would have just looked like a crappy piece of wood stuck to the ceiling. So I decided to take the gray that's in this mural and put that as the beams. They're dark right now, but I think once I get a lot of light in here, it will bring kind of the room together. I am really excited about this next part. I'm gonna paint this flooring white. And honestly, I think it's gonna make such a crazy big difference. It's finally gonna make the place look bigger, I think, hopefully. It is a day later, and here is the first coat of the flooring. I didn't realize once I started it that I was very limited to what I could do. So I'm only doing half at a time because I do have these like big pieces of furniture in here. And the coverage wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. I can't remember if this is 1 or 2 coats, but the wood that's underneath is like soaking it straight up. I definitely should have used a primer first. I thought it was already painted and I was just gonna have 1 coat of paint over top. Okay, I don't know what the heck is up with this floor, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it wants to cover itself in white. And to be honest, I don't care that much. I have 2 coats on. It's coated. Well, oh shoot, maybe I should do 3 coats. Thing is, I'm gonna have a rug in here as well, so I'm just not sure how hardcore I want to go at this. It's not that big of a deal because it's gonna look rustic, let's be honest. Like, space is just gonna look rustic. So I think I'm just gonna do 2 coats and call it a day. And it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to have these little defeats that didn't really work out how I wanted. Ideally, I think I would have to cover it with a laminate to make it way better, but that's just not gonna happen this time. So we'll go with this, and I still think it's gonna come together awesome at the end. Okay, we have got this whole floor painted white. I lightened up these lines on the mountain because I didn't like how they looked dark, and I do think that it looks better, like a little bit more muted. So I can finally start sort of decorating it. I'm still deciding if I want to paint this a dark navy, but right now it matches that trim. I'm gonna get a curtain over that, but it does have a little matchiness. And then the bed also is kind of a light wood color. So even though it's not in the greatest shape, it might be better. I'm gonna have to mock it up on my iPad, I think, to see what will look better for that one. But yeah, I can kind of move some of the big furniture around now. The floor's not perfect, but we're just leaving it because I'm gonna have this huge rug over top of most of it. It's like a 9 by 12 rug, and I actually don't know how big this place is, probably 15 by 15. So it takes up a lot of the space. And then the bed will stay here, and then a couple other things will come together, and then like just a bunch of decorations to actually make it look homey and make it one step closer.
Oh, because you're gonna surprise me?
Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna make decisions straight away. Things are coming together, and I just took off the toilet paper holder, which was this like hideous silver one, and also a towel rack that was going across. I really don't like towel racks that are like this because you end up stuffing the towel in and it never dries correctly. So I like ones where the towel hangs. So I am taking all this stuff off. I'm just kind of a hater of really basic hangers of like towels and things. This was the hanger that was on it. And I just feel like you can upgrade a cheap look so quickly by getting rid of that type of, call them details. I don't know. I have on this bulk order right now online, and I just had to wait for those things to come in so that I can decorate this place. But I guess I'll just show you once they come in, but I did get hooks. I want to put some hooks by the entry. I think I want to put maybe a hook right here for people who have toiletries. And then I want to put some hooks for the towels when I take these off. It's kind of annoying because now I need to find this color to paint this spot. And then I also got a toilet paper holder right now. The toilet paper was right here. So it's like underneath the towels, and just little things like that. Like that's what you have to think about when you do these things and what makes sense. Like it doesn't make sense to have a toilet paper holder underneath the towels. That would just get wet. So I'm just gonna tuck the toilet paper back in here, and then we'll put the towels here, and then I'll have some hanging things back here that we can use. And then of course I got a new shower curtain. That one is very ugly. And then I'll get some like new products to put in here too, because I think having a little upgraded product for guests is such a big deal. Like how good does it feel when you go to somebody's house and instead of like a nasty bar of soap like this, they have a cute like all natural soap sitting there, and then some shampoo that you can use too. I think it makes such a huge difference, those little details. The little details are really coming along, and I am so excited for how this is coming along. Yesterday, we switched the door, so it now opens the other way. This is a really simple switch where you could just take this off and the bottom thing and switch the door. It probably takes max 10 minutes, so that's great. I got a couple things from Facebook Marketplace. This half table situation, which is pretty funny, but it was exactly what I was looking for. I was thinking about maybe getting a flip up and down table, but I went with this and love it. I might have to move it over because I have a curtain coming. And then also for Marketplace, I got these 2 benches, which I think will be perfect because they can also be doubled as a bench beside the bed. I washed this duvet and the comforter inside it because who knows when that happened the last time. Got some stains out of it because I don't think there's been much TLC, but it is actually really nice and legit down, so it's like comfortable. And then I put new sheets on it. They were actually sheets that we had inside for our bed, but we didn't like them, so yes, they are second rate, but they're still good. And everything else should be arriving in a few days. I decided that I was gonna put a chair chair over here. It looks a little out of place, but it is just a chair that we had already. And it's comfy. It's a rocking chair. It turns and swivels. And then got this vintage chest that I'm just gonna put like covers in and such, little blankets. Put a mirror on the back of the door. So that's bringing in a bunch more light. Okay, it's still dark, I know, but bringing in more light when it's shut from this window over here. And then also got this other vintage chair. This is a picture frame. I'm gonna find some art to put in here. And then found this like little poofy pad. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it here, but right now it's like a nice little poof. So stuff is coming and I am really excited for the final of this. Should be done like mid next week or in a week or such, but still has a little bit ways to go. But it is looking so much better. This place is getting closer every day. It's still dark. I'm really hoping that my two sconces that I bought lighten it up. I'm gonna put one in this corner. I put up a little artwork and then I'm gonna put another one by the bathroom. We also put a TV up, like bougie. We had this extra TV in the house and it's on the internet. Like you can just cast, except we need the internet to go a little faster because it's kind of blurry. But that is a great perk. Never had TV in here before. I just got a few things in the mail. So I got these little hooks that I'm gonna hook. I'm gonna use them for entry hooks and bathroom hooks. And then I got some contact paper to cover the fridge. I don't know, we'll see if it looks good. I also got a really cute curtain, but I don't know, in my mind I decided I didn't want to buy a curtain rod. I was gonna make one with like leather straps and dowel rod, and I forgot to do that. So that might be today's project. And then I got a clear shower curtain. It's called a curtain liner. I didn't want a liner, but we put a clear curtain up in one of our smaller bathrooms in the house, and I absolutely love it because it opens up the bathroom a lot if it's a small bathroom. And this one, like, I mean, it's tiny. You can see, super duper tiny. And so when you have a curtain up, it makes it even tinier, like half that space. So I think I'm just gonna use this liner since I have it, whatever. Of course you have to have cute things, not these. Let me get rid of these. But the liner will just help open it up. Even though you're not really spending any time in there, except on the toilet, but that will help. And yeah, so those are my little projects of the day. I still have a couple more things coming, like the shelves and a few more things to finish it up, but we are so close to finishing. Hopefully this is the last time that it's so dark in here because I got my sconces in the mail today and some shelving as well. And then I'm gonna put an art piece right there, and those should be about the last three things, and this room will be finished. I just need my bathroom towels. I think that's it. Oh, and I need some shams to come for my pillows that I still have. So a couple more days. I put up some shelving. I thought it was a little small, but I actually think it looks pretty good there. I have some plates and bowls that were just in boxes. Apparently I bought them when I was in Ohio and left them there. Then my mom brought them to me and I was like, well, I don't need these anymore. But it's perfect because now I have a very nice collection of plates, cups, mugs, and bowls for this space instead of just putting a hodgepodge of everything. So it's very nice as long as it holds. I have finally finished the room and I am so pumped about it. I can't wait to show you. So let's do a little tour.